Welcome back to Market Pros, and let's jump right into it. All right, so here we are on Bitcoin on the 1 hour. Right now we are at 42,548, minus 0.47%. Okay, so your RSI, we did end up getting out of the bearish control zone. We did come back for a retest on top of the bearish control zone and the signal line. Looks like we came back up above the neutral median line, hung around a little bit, came back down. Looks like we could be testing the bearish control zone once again. We are below the signal line right now. Now this MACD. So we were working our way up to the zero line. Positive momentum is decreasing now. So it looks like this was a retest. Unless we get a retest on this signal line, if we cross this signal line, that's not going to look good. That's going to kind of be like this when this zero line got front ran. So that would basically count as a retest. So we don't want this to be a retest and resumption down, or we could break back down below this channel. Volatility is low. We're still in the lower zone. So, I mean, as you see, we're basically just ranging a little bit up to the, little bit up and right. Okay, so all your moving averages do have negative slopes besides for the 21. 21 seems to be curling back up. Not much has changed, which is why we're going to include all the coins in this video this time. Not much has changed. Okay, so right now it seems like we are testing the previous top of this range at 42,532. Now, if we break back in, that just means we got to widen our range. You know, we did get rejected from the 50 right now. As long as we don't break these last lows, you know, if we come back down to here, we'll still have a higher low. So we don't need to break 42,400 in order to still be kind of bullish. We're really not that bullish right now, but we are on the line. So we did work our way up from being bearish and just going sideways, you know, slightly to the up. We did build a little bit of positive momentum in here, but it's not enough to get us out so far. So yeah, pay attention to this range. Let's move on to Atlas. All right, so here we're on Atlas. Right now we are in the neutral median zone. Signal line is coming up to the neutral median line. So if we can come back down and retest that instead of crossing it, that'll look pretty good. We did, like on the very short term time frame, we did get a higher high than this last high. As you can see, as soon as we broke that range, we had a nice little candle. Nothing to really be excited about, but we did get back above the 21. MACD, MACD's working its way up to the signal line or the zero line. Positive momentum seems to be decreasing a little bit, but it seems to be trying to come back up. If we can print a dark green bar and get this RSI to stay above the signal line, that's going to look good. Volatility is very low. So the next move should have some vol behind it. Volatility is when I say vol, that means volatility. So not much has changed with Polis or Atlas either, except that we broke out of the short-term range. Still making lower highs, lower lows, especially on like a 4-hour and stuff like that. So nothing to get excited about right now. We did get rejected from the 50. Validation of the downside would be to get down below 0.0262. Validation of the upside would be to get back above top of this purple zone and the 50 EMA at 0.0271 region. So those are your levels. You know, if we do break to the downside, my next stop would be the bottom of this purple range at 0.0248. Validation to the upside, if we do break that, I mean, obviously we'd probably get a minor rejection from the second point of control and on the VPR, and this last little high, I mean, it's kind of like your next breakdown point. But in order for us to really be bullish, my guess is that we would need to get above the 200 and this last major local high at 0.0299, which so basically 3 cents. And then after that, you know, I think we could make it all the way up to 0.0316. So let's move on to Polis. All right, so here we're on Polis. We are in the bearish control zone. We are riding the signal line right now, MACD. We're working our way up, but we're starting to curl over, and your positive momentum is decreasing. Let's see, do we have any divergences? Okay, so we do have bullish divergence on the RSI and on the MACD. That could have already played out on this last move. Let's see what that move was. Kind of tell if it did play out. So from a wick to wick, it's about 4%. That bullish divergence could have already played out and just been weak. Volatility is in the lower zone, printing a blue signal, which means it's basically the lowest that it goes on your vol. This is the BBWP, by the way. So yeah, one of my strategies is trend, momentum, and vol. All right. So breakage to the upside would be to get back above this 50 at 163. Really, I wouldn't get bullish until we break back above this last breakdown point at 175. If we do break down, I mean, obviously, I think we would get a bounce here at 154. But honestly, if we start breaking down, I mean, I think we would come back down to this low at 140 to 135 region. There's not much support right here. I mean, this was just kind of like your breakout point. There's really not much support from there to there. You just got your downtrend and your breakout. That's it. There's quite a bit of hot air right there. I think the next stop would be 140. So, yeah, just pay attention to those levels. Pay attention to your momentum. We need to get out of the bearish control zone. If we stay in the bearish control zone and get back below the signal line, it's not going to look good. And I think we already played out that bullish divergence. It was just weak. All right, so let's move on to Solana. All right, so here we have Solana. So it looks like we're coming down to test the bearish control zone. MACD riding the zero line right now. Looks like we could be curling back over. It's trying to cross the signal line right now to the downside. Volatility is in the lower zone, so the vol could turn back up pretty soon. Let's see here. Validation of the downside would be to get back below 108 and a half, basically 108.65. Validation to the upside would be to get back above 113.69, which is also your second point of control to the downside on your VPVR. And to the upside, you would also have major support or major resistance on this 100. So yeah, when we broke this, we were talking about coming all the way back down to here at 102.15, something like that. I mean, obviously it's going down as we move to the right. So it looks like we front ran the 618. So this could be a turnaround point. It all depends on what Bitcoin does though too. I mean, as you see, this kind of looks like Bitcoin's chart a little bit, especially right here with this range breakout. Looks like we're coming back in the range right now. So definitely pay attention to the upside. I'd like to see it cross, this 100. I'm not bullish till we get back above this green zone. I think if we do get back above this green zone, I think we would have some sort of rejection here. Probably come back down, test somewhere around the green zone. Move this up. And then resumption off. Come back up to here to 136. So yeah, those are my thoughts. If you guys like the video, like and subscribe if you want. Comment, share the video, all that jazz. You guys have a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, and I'll see you in the next one.